Today, we're diving into the Bhagavad Gita. And look, we're not treating this as some dusty old text, but as a living, breathing guide for a hero who's facing a choice that feels absolutely impossible. It's an incredible story about duty, despair, and ultimately wisdom. And it all unfolds in the final, tense moments just before a catastrophic war is about to begin. And boom, we are dropped right into the middle of it. These are the words of Prince Arjuna, one of the greatest warriors of his time, sitting in his battle chariot. But he's not roaring for a fight. His voice is just filled with absolute horror. He looks out at the enemy army, and his strength literally vanishes. So, what happened? So, the scene is set on this sacred battlefield, Kurukshetra. You've got two massive armies ready to go at it, but here's the thing. They're two branches of the same family. This is not a war against some foreign invader. This is a civil war, a family feud that has spiraled so far out of control that they are about to annihilate each other. And this right here is Arjuna's crisis in a nutshell. On one side, he has his dharma. Now, dharma is more than just duty. It's his sacred purpose, the cosmic law he's meant to uphold as a warrior. It's his whole reason for being. But on the other side, the enemy is his own flesh and blood, his grandfathers, his mentors, his cousins. To do his duty, he has to kill the people he loves. So faced with this, Arjuna just breaks. He's completely overwhelmed by grief, and he says he'd rather let them kill him, unarmed, than fight back. He literally throws down his legendary bow and collapses into his chariot. He's done. He refuses to fight. His entire moral compass has just been shattered. But Arjuna isn't alone. His best friend and charioteer, Krishna, is right there beside him. And what Arjuna is about to find out is that Krishna is a lot more than just the guy holding the reins. He is, in fact, the Supreme Lord in disguise, and he's about to deliver one of the most profound spiritual teachings ever recorded. Now, you might think Krishna would offer a shoulder to cry on, there, it's okay. But he does the exact opposite. He doesn't coddle Arjuna at all. He challenges him, head on. He frames this sudden collapse not as compassion, but as a weakness that is totally unworthy of a great warrior. These are some of Krishna's very first words to him. It is a powerful, almost shocking wake-up call. He's essentially saying, snap out of it. This isn't you. This conversation isn't just about winning a battle anymore. It's about waking up to a much, much deeper reality. And right here, the real lesson begins. So, how does Krishna possibly start to fix this mess in Arjuna's head? He goes straight to the heart of the fear, death itself, and he's about to completely reframe it by explaining the true nature of who we really are. And here it is, the first major teaching. Krishna says, Arjuna, those people you see, they aren't just bodies. They are eternal souls, the Atman, that are just temporarily living inside those bodies. The real self, he explains, was never born. It will never die. It's timeless and can't be destroyed. So the killing that Arjuna is so afraid of, it's just the destruction of a temporary shell, not the eternal spirit inside. I just love this metaphor. It makes it so clear. The soul gets rid of an old body just like we get rid of worn-out clothes. Death isn't some terrifying final end. It's just a transition. It's a costume change for the soul. And when you think about it that way, well, it changes the entire meaning of the battle, doesn't it? Okay, so if the soul is eternal, that helps with the grief. But Arjuna still has to do the act of fighting. I mean, how can taking part in this horrible slaughter ever be the right thing to do? Krishna's answer is a whole philosophy for living, and it's called karma yoga. This brings us to karma yoga, which is basically the path of selfless action. The idea is this. You perform your duty with everything you've got with total dedication, but you remain completely detached from the outcome. Whether you win or lose, get praised or blamed, that's not your concern. You do the work for the sake of the work itself. You can actually break it down into 3 simple steps. First, you have to clearly identify what your duty is. For Arjuna, it's to fight. Second, you perform that duty to the absolute best of your ability. And third, and this is the secret sauce, you let go of the results. You renounce any claim to the fruits of your action. This quote just nails it. Your freedom is found in the action, not by running away from it. By detaching yourself from the results, from the what's in it for me, you become free. Your peace doesn't come from success or failure. It comes from simply doing your duty, period.
So Arjuna's starting to get it, but to really, really drive the lesson home, Krishna decides it's time to do something spectacular. He's going to put Arjuna's little earthly problem into a truly cosmic perspective by revealing his true universal form.
For just a moment, Krishna gives Arjuna divine sight. And what he sees is, well, it's mind-bending. A form that contains the entire universe. It has endless faces, endless arms, shining brighter than 1,000 suns. Everything that ever was or ever will be is happening all at once inside this one incredible being. And Arjuna is just floored. He's terrified and completely in awe at the same time. In that one moment, he finally gets it. He sees that Krishna is the source of everything, the ultimate reality. This battle, his family, his own life, it's all just one tiny thread in a vast divine tapestry. That vision was the final piece of the puzzle. It just dissolves all of Arjuna's personal grief, his confusion, his doubt. He now understands his role is just to be an instrument of a much bigger plan. And with that, he picks his bow back up, his resolve is back, he's ready to fight. And that's the thing about the Gita. That battlefield isn't just some long ago place. It's a metaphor for the internal battles that every single one of us fights. It's a timeless guide for how to find clarity and purpose when we feel torn apart by our own conflicting duties and fears. So it all comes back to a question for us, doesn't it? The Gita's message really echoes down through time to ask each of us to look at our own lives, our own personal battlefields. When you're faced with your own impossible choices, how do you find the wisdom to act? What truly is your duty?